Hey there, guys. This is Alan Steinbrink here for Steinbrink Industries Artist Management Firm. And today I figured I would talk to you guys about some ways that an artist might be preparing to get managed. So this is usually for the artist who's already managing himself and or herself and is deciding that it might be about time to and look for representation and connections. So to start, I would like to thank where I got most of my information from, which would be Paul Allen for Artist Management and Music Business, Donald Passman for All You Need to Know About Music Business, and also from Xavier Fransonia and M. Lee Hetherington in their 1997 book, This Business of Artist Management. So let's say we're going to talk about how an artist can be prepared to be managed. And so some important things to think about as you're preparing is that you are getting into the music business. So you've already figured out how to showcase your art and you've already figured out what your art is, but now you're actually getting into the business side, which is the side of making money. Some important things to remember are that if you actually want to make a business out of this in a career, then you have to be commercial. And that doesn't mean selling out, and that doesn't mean losing what makes you unique. If you have a good manager, then he's going to fight for you, and they're going to make sure that you don't lose your sound and you keep what makes you unique. But it's also, you don't want to be so out there that you're not going to be popular enough to play on any music venues or anything. When you're figuring out your sound, it's important to remember that like you need to figure out exactly what you are. And I know a lot of people say, well, like no one else is like me or anything like that. An important way, like a good rule of thumb is to think about what radio venue you might play on. So what station would you perform on? Things like that. And so that gives you in general idea. If you're still think that you're too many crossovers of too many different things, then you might not be refined enough yet. But in order to go commercial, in order to actually get into the point where you're going to be making national level money. So it's also important to start getting experience in networks, because by the time you need an actual manager, he's going to expect, or he or she's going to expect you to already have quite a few things in place already. And so you're going to be asked a lot of questions, such as your networking and things like that, and they're going to look at your professionalism. And it doesn't say that you can't be crazy and out there like Ozzy Osbourne or the guys from Kiss or anything like that. Professionalism means that you're showing up on time and you're making the business meetings. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do, and you're treating it like it's an actual business and not like you're just playing music. To sum up, wanted to sum up with some questions that I thought were interesting from that book I mentioned earlier, This Business of Artist Management by Fransonia and Hetherington. They post 17 questions that they like to ask any potential artist to evaluate how much they actually like them or how much they actually want them. And so I just wanted to quickly rattle off those questions and just keep these in mind when you are considering representation. What legal entity is the artist doing business as, like a sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability corporation? Are there any existing management, booking, recording, publishing, or corporate endorsement of the sponsorship in effect? What is the artist's professional assets? Is the artist a member of the applicable unions such as AFM or AFTRA? What is the artist's personal and business debt structures? Does the artist own a regular service mark or rights to his own name, such as right of publicity? What is the artist's earning history over the past 5 years, broken down into amounts and sources? Does the artist keep proper financial records? Does the artist have good banking relations? Have the artists filed proper federal and state income tax returns for the last 5 years? Does the artist have proper insurance coverage? What is the artist's reputation and current image? Does the artist write his or her own materials? Are they a member of a performance rights society? And who controls the administration rights to the artist's compositions? Does the artist have any affiliates with companies? Does the artist's past recording experience and track record, what is it? What What has been the artist's exposure and experience as a live performer, and what current industry trends might influence the artist's career? Like I said, just some good questions to think about when you're considering representation. I know it's a lot to think about, but by the time you get to the point where you actually need a manager, then that's when you're getting ready to take your own art from the regional to the national level. So once again, I would like to thank Donald S. Passman, Paul Allen, and Xavier Franconia, and H. Lee Hurlington for the material. And once again, this is Alan Steinbrink from Steinbrink Industries Artist Management. We are doing a promotion until the end of the month, where the first 10 people selected, you post your music video online with the hashtag #SurpassThePlateau, and the first 10 people that are selected will get free consultations. And so we might ask you some of those questions, so consider that when you put it up. Once again, thank you guys for your time, and I will talk to you later.